Hi, Gray Hampshire Advantage Insurance Group, a family-owned and operated independent insurance agency in central Pennsylvania. Today's video is on renter's insurance. In this video series, we've already talked about auto insurance, homeowners insurance, umbrella, but I haven't done anything specific to renters. And I'm going to have a little tip for you at the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned, about how sometimes getting a renter's policy will be cheaper for you than actually just sticking with your auto policy all on its own with your carrier. So make sure you listen. I'm going to give you a few tips and talk about some of the specific coverages and why it's important for you, not only for cost savings, but for your protection to get a renter's policy. So let's get into this. Renter's policy, if you sign a lease, most large apartment complexes are going to require that you get renter's insurance. And quite honestly, a lot of the clients that come to us are looking for renter's insurance because they have to get it, or they're looking for coverage for their stuff. But there's a lot of other benefits to renter's policies, and we'll kind of go through those really quickly. But in a general overview, a renter's policy is very much like a homeowner's policy, except you don't own the property where you're living. So I mentioned property and stuff that you own. There is going to be coverage for that through the policy that you get. Normally, there's going to be a lower limit on what most insurers are going to allow you to have. So coverage for your furniture, clothing, electronics, or things that you move into the place that you're living. Okay. That lower limit could be $10,000 or $15,000 depending on the carrier. And you can extend that up to, if you have a lot of stuff that you're moving around, you can increase that limit to make sure you have coverage for it. Even more importantly, and typically why the apartment complexes are going to require that you carry coverage, would be the liability protection. So you're living in this apartment, you do something where you leave a candle burning, you head out for a night on the town, and then that candle then causes a fire, which causes damage to the apartment complex. That liability protection that you're going to be afforded under the renter's policy is what's going to protect you should that apartment complex come after you, and I can almost guarantee that they will. So that's not a situation you want to find yourself in. Even if you're living in a single family home that you're renting, that owner of that property could come back after you if you were negligent and cause damage to that property. So a really easy fix is to make sure that that liability protection is as high as possible. Quite honestly, going up to $1 million in coverage doesn't have much of an impact on price for that policy. That liability protection will also follow you if you're just doing something out and about, right? If you go golfing and you hit an errant shot that hits somebody in the head and injures them and they sue you, that liability protection will go with you. So it's a pretty broad coverage. The only thing really different from a homeowner's policy is that you're just not covering the structure itself. So it's a very valuable policy to have if you rent, if you lease, or even if you're staying with family and friends. And I gave you a little tidbit at the beginning of the video about how having or adding that renter's policy may not cost you a lot. Actually, in some cases, adding that multi-policy discount to your auto policy, so combining the renters and the auto, can sometimes be cheaper than just the auto policy on its own. Renters policies are relatively cheap, so make sure you're talking to your independent insurance agent to get those quotes and make sure that you're getting the best coverage possible at the best price. Again, thanks for all your comments or questions. Throw them down below. We look forward to seeing you next time.